On to the next fight of the evening. Let's bring out our blue corner.
Hi, I'm Ashley Yoder. I'm fighting at 125 out of Team Quest in Temecula, and I'm out of, would like to thank Clinch Gear and Team Quest.
Ashley Yoder. And now the red corner.
Hi, my name is Jocelyn Lybarger. I train out of Peoria, Arizona under Siege MMA. I do my strength and conditioning at CrossFit Fury out of Goodyear, Arizona with Coach Peter. I'm looking tonight to get a victory. You know, I lost fight, and I'm feeling really good and ready to come back for a win. I'm really confident in my stand-up game, which we train constantly doing Muay Thai and wrestling, so I see me getting the W tonight.
Jocelyn Lybarger.
Welcome back to the South Point Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. John Morgan alongside Ron, the Yak Man Yakovetti at Tuff-N-Uff, the future stars of mixed martial arts. The first of 4 championship fights coming to you right now. Ashley Yoder fighting out of the always tough Team Quest. We saw UFC veteran Dave Pee Wee Herman in her corner fighting against Jocelyn Lybarger, one of the fighting twins that have made their names known here under the Tuff-N-Uff banner.
And green, and you see the fist synonymous with Team Quest. In the black with white tap out, that's Jocelyn Lybarger. And this is the opening round of 3. John, a lot of times when the title's on the line, the fighters don't even care. They're just looking to get business done.
Yeah, absolutely. And I tell you, we've seen Lybarger fall multiple times here under the Tuff-N-Uff promotion. And she is aggressive, she is durable, she moves forward. You can see right away, looking for a big slam. Oh, I kind of like it, dropped it off there. That was interesting.
I don't think Yoder will make that mistake again. She got up from that little dump, and she had her head completely exposed, and he almost ate some good shots, compliments of Lybarger. Again, protect yourself at all times. Now being pressed up against the cage by Lybarger is Yoder.
Yeah, obviously controlling the neck there with her left arm there is Yoder. Difficult to wrap under. You can see obviously Lybarger has her left arm in between, kind of keeping the hands from coming together. Very difficult to do anything there other than essentially blow your arms out.
And they're getting broke right there.
The referee Mark
Restart.
Smith realizes that was a stalemate.
Lybarger, big right hand, followed by a left hook.
Interesting the way she was faking the shot, kind of changing levels. Hit a sweep there, another right hand as Yoder got back to her feet. Lybarger looking good early.
Never mind, protect yourself at all times. How about protect yourself at any time? Yoder is getting tagged repeatedly.
Yeah, Yoder seems to be more comfortable in this grinding position up here, working the over under clinch. You kind of think of that Team Quest game.
Wow.
She needs to slow it down here a little bit and catch her wits. I think Lybarger was just absolutely unleashing on the feet.
She was landing almost every shot she was throwing at the head of Yoder. It's one thing to be shooting fish in a barrel, it's another thing to be shooting a barrel. She's got to cover up.
And Yoder does a good job of tying things up here in the clinch. You can see working the overhooks there and kind of keeping Lybarger from really doing anything, taking the fight to the floor, landing too much inside. But, you know, that's nothing more than a stalling defense. That is not any type of a counterattack. Yoder's going to need to address that if she wants to change the early flow of this fight.
Absolutely. She's not going to win the scorecards with a stalling tactic. But sometimes in order to change the inertia, you got to stop the momentum that's already existing. That momentum is for Lybarger right now, so she's got to do something, I think, at least to equalize it. But then she's got to turn the corner and do something offensively.
Yeah, and you can see Mark Smith leaning in again, saying, hey, get busy. You know, the overhooks there, again, are more of a stalling tactic. And if, again, like you said, Ron, if you're using it to change momentum, then well played. But if you're using it because you don't know what to do from that point, you got problems.
Yeah, this is not the time to be guessing. You see, look at the pummel inside there is Yoder. This is a positional battle. This is cage control. Make no mistake about it. However, if you're Yoder, that's not what the judges are looking for at this point.
The final 10 seconds here. Lybarger again going with assault. Yoder answering back. Lybarger.
Down.
Lybarger still looks fresh, still looks comfortable. Again, we've seen her multiple times here. She loves to get in brawls, and Yoder thus far is doing a decent job slowing things down, but she's eating a lot of damage in the process.
And this is some of that appetite that she's been force-fed by Lybarger. She's getting shots, boom. Now she lands a good one there. The problem is she's one and done.
Absolutely, yeah. The volume is certainly not being matched by any stretch with Yoder. Lybarger is just outworking her, outgrinding her, and again, against the cage, Yoder showing capable defense, but not much in terms of a counterattack.
And I think balance is a serious problem. She slipped there, but then she never really fully regained what looked like solid footing. And Lybarger was just batting her around repeatedly. A testament to the intellect that we're seeing when you watch a sport like this, knowing when to unleash that kind of an attack and not be as vulnerable to a counter. Second round of action.
Oh, now Yoder comes alive.
Now the nose of Lybarger could have been bloodied right there. She ate some shots.
Wow.
That is what I love to see.
What an adjustment between rounds.
That's what I love to see. When you've got to do something different, do something different. Yoder has made some adjustments, and now she's taking the round in a different direction.
Completely agree with you, Ron. That is excellent work to see from Yoder there.
Tight guard, tight
Completely
shots.
Change things up.
Absolutely.
And blood from the nose definitely coming down from Lybarger's side.
I knew when she hit her that was going to cost some blood. That was well struck right down the middle.
And Lybarger, who was just brimming with confidence in round one, I should say, is now looking a little bit more hesitant, a little bit more frustrated. You've got to think too, Ron, we're in the 3-minute rounds here instead of the 2 with the championship fight. How does that grind? Lybarger content to stand in the pocket and trade thus far.
I got to be honest, between balance and the offensive plan in round number 1, Yoder's offense on her feet, her striking skills seemed a little bit questionable. I am now taking that back.
Completely agree. It's an incredible turnaround in a single stanza.
She's jabbing effectively, stepping in with a stiff jab. She's following up with more than one shot.
Now, can she keep that flow? You know, she came out extremely aggressive, although she took a lot of damage in that opening round. It looks like she may be losing a little bit of that zip as this round plays out. Lybarger is kind of known for gaining strength as time wears on.
She's going to need to do that because the amount of zip that's come off Yoder's game is not significant enough if they keep fighting at this pace and distance. A minute left in round number 2, and we are seeing Yoder come back from the proverbial bottom on the scorecard, probably out of round 1.
Lybarger starting to land again. You saw that big kind of looping underhand, right? Little upper hook combo.
Now right overhead against the cage. Oh, Lybarger picked her up.
It's kind of that toss again where it looked like she wanted to just throw her to the floor rather than slam her down.
Well, Ashley Yoder has definitely done a world of a difference in this round. And at the very least, she's evened out the scorecards.
But, you know, I mean, Lybarger is doing a great job here late in the second round, and you always wonder with judges, you know, it's kind of human nature to just remember what you saw most recently. You know, is this late surge from Lybarger enough to take the round?
I completely agree. That happens in the fight game. In this specific instance, I would liken it to watching a movie. You watch the whole movie. The last thing you see is the credits, but that's not the part you go home with all the names that you can recite, is it?
That's true, very true. And the opening work in that round by Ashley Yoder was extremely impressive.
You remember the show.
I'm going to go with you, Ron. I've got this thing even heading into the third and final round.
And here we see some of the Lybarger. That was a big right hand, clubbing a little bit behind the ear. It lands on Yoder. Then there's the left hook. That's some of the work she did that was good. That was some of the impressive stuff. The problem is that was not the majority of the round.
Yeah, I agree with you. And Ashley Yoder just made such an impression in the beginning of that round, completely changing her approach, her game plan, her execution.
You don't see turnovers like that on the Biggest Loser. That was a complete turnaround from what happened in the first round.
Rest of the seconds out. Rest of the seconds out.
Looks like
yeah, the ref's trying to get the seconds out. I'm not seeing this kind of confusion. I think they were fixing the tape. We see Jacob Stitch Duran beloved cut man of mixed martial arts and one of the people who makes MMA a better place to be, in my opinion. Great guy. Working on the tape of Lybarger, but it was a little confusion as what the delay was. I don't think the ref knew. Now we go to the third round, and the question is, do you want this thing to go to the scorecards?
Boy, I tell you what, I don't feel comfortable if I'm either fighter at this point.
Superman punch by Yoder. Lybarger comes back, shoots in.
Shoots in with the neck is now wrapped by Yoder.
And she's trying to get under.
Not in it, yeah, she can slide in.
She is working to get the other arm in. She's trying to get that guillotine closed.
Needs to get her hands latched up.
That's the problem when you shoot for a double. Your head's on the outside. That's where the guillotine person who's going to execute it wants it to be.
Interesting position right now. Tense moments for Lybarger. Also interesting for Yoder. A lot of times you'll see a fighter go to the ground, pulling guard, trying to finish. Instead, it's Lybarger who slams the action to the floor, and she takes the early lead in round 3.
She's working from side now. Let's see if she can hold the position. I got a feeling Yoder's not going to be there for very long.
This time it's Yoder who's in her corner, getting direct instruction of how to get up, and she does get back to feet and starts looking for that choke again. Now Yoder trying to fall to guard and sink in that guillotine choke. She's got one leg around, trying to get the left leg clear as well.
Lybarger was trying to step over to prevent that. She was trying to step to her left to keep this from happening. She did not get to do it. And now,
third round of a championship fight, fighting longer than you used to. You've been going for this guillotine chokes. How much energy is left in the arms for Ashley Yoder?
At this point, if she's got it in tight enough, she might want to hold on to it. At the very least, she's going to control position for the rest of the round, which is not much left.
You don't want to let Lybarger's head pop free and set up in top position with a little more than a minute to go. I think you got to dig deep, try to make the adjustments and finish that choke if you can. If not, at least keep it tight.
Yoder is holding on to that tight. She's squeezing very hard, and even if she doesn't get it again, she's doing what NFL teams do every single week during football season. She's killing the clock.
Yeah, it's smart decision by her, and I think, again, Lybarger, all the credit in the world, tough position, her neck is trapped. You've seen a couple moments where it looks tense. Right now, she looks somewhat okay. I've seen her grimace a few times with this choke.
She's got air still. She's not blood choked or air choked out. The problem is she's also not scoring very much on those little hammer punches right there.
No, not at all. She's going to want to stay busy and try to finish off by scoring points. She's the one stuck in a choke right now. This is one of those interesting positions, Ron. The fighter on top is not necessarily the one winning the fight, but are the judges agreeing with that assessment?
If they're mixed martial arts savvy judges, they ought to be.
Wow, what a tense finish this is going to be. It's going to go to the judges. And this could go either way. I really feel it could. I believe Ashley Yoder probably did enough with a choke for that long to win. Do the judges agree?
I'm going to go out on a limb and say this. This thing could go either way in as much as there were two fighters in the cage. That said, I think Yoder made big adjustments in round 2. Right here, we're seeing some of the action from the third. I think she controlled position. She did most of the work that was effective in this round. You have the slam.
I'm saying, Ron, if you want to make an argument, why were they in that position to begin with? They were in that position to begin with because Lybarger threw her down. So you have to weigh assessment as to how close you think that choke was. That's going to depend on what your angle was. I thought there were moments where it looked close, but there were others where it wasn't. Still, is it controlling position because you're defending on top, or is it controlling position because you're keeping your opponent on top of you by holding the choke? You know what? I think Yoder may have done this, but I can't wait to find out.
This Tuff-N-Uff Women's Flyweight Championship is brought to you by Dr. Brian Lemper from Lemper Pain Centers, your winner by split decision, and new Tuff-N-Uff Women's Flyweight Champion, Jocelyn Lybarger.
And you see the emotion right away.
There you go. It appeared that Yoder has done enough to possibly turn it.
Close fight. I mean, we're hearing mixed reaction from the crowd. Obviously, you see the emotion from the winner. You see some frustrated emotion from the loser as well. But in the end, I think Jocelyn Lybarger was awarded for being on top.
It's hard to argue that that's not the case. Again, you brought up a great point. The slam that ended the position, even though she was trapped, she did execute that slam. She did put Yoder in that position. She had a good opening round, a dominant opening round.
Just a great back and forth scrap. Like we said, could have gone either way, a split decision. You never want to say a split decision is the right decision, but like we said, it could have gone either way. But it goes the way of Jocelyn Lybarger, who is your new female 125-pound champion. But that's not all, folks. We still got 3 more championship fights for you tonight here at Tuff-N-Uff. Come back and catch some more from Las Vegas.
Fight fans, are you ready for a war?